everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most misunderstood, mysterious, and absolutely fascinating creatures on the planet: bats. That's right, get ready to spread your wings and soar into the world of the only true flying mammals on Earth. This is going to be a wild, thrilling, and fact-packed ride through evolution, echolocation, nighttime navigation, superpowers, myth-busting, and yes, some fun and spooky stuff too. So, buckle up, grab your headphones, and let's get into it. Now, let's start with the basics. Bats belong to the order Chiroptera, which literally means handwing in Greek. And wow, that name couldn't be more accurate. Their wings are actually elongated fingers, covered by a thin membrane of skin, giving them a flight style that's freaky and elegant all at once. They're the only mammals capable of true flight, and there are over 1,400 species of bats worldwide. That's about 20% of all mammal species, which is mind-blowing. From the tiny bumblebee bat that weighs less than a penny to the enormous flying foxes with wingspans up to 6 feet, bats come in all shapes and sizes. And despite what Hollywood might have led you to believe, not all bats are bloodsuckers. In fact, only 3 species are vampire bats, and they mostly feed on livestock in Central and South America, not humans. Let's talk echolocation, because this is where bats get their superhero badge. Most bats hunt and navigate by emitting high-frequency sound waves that bounce off objects, creating a sonar map of their surroundings. Imagine being able to fly through complete darkness and still dodge a strand of human hair in midair. Bats do that. They use their mouths or noses to send out calls, and their ears are fine-tuned to pick up the returning echoes. Some species, like the greater horseshoe bat, even move their noses like biosonic radar dishes to adjust the direction of their calls. It's nature's own built-in sonar system, and it's so precise that military-grade sonar was inspired by it. And guess what? Some bats have such incredible echolocation skills. They can tell the difference between a moth flapping its wings and a beetle crawling on a leaf just by listening. Now, bats aren't just tech-savvy flyers, they're also vital to our planet. These little night ninjas are ecological powerhouses. In tropical and desert regions, fruit bats are pollinators for plants like bananas, mangoes, avocados, guavas, and even agave, the plant that gives us tequila. Some bat species are so crucial to the reproduction of certain plants that if they vanished, those plants might disappear too. And it doesn't stop there. Insectivorous bats eat thousands of insects every night, including crop-destroying pests and disease-carrying mosquitoes. In the U.S. alone, bats save agriculture over $3 billion a year in pest control. That's free, natural pest management that's keeping our food supply safer and more affordable. And don't even get me started on their biological superpowers. Bats live way longer than most animals their size. While a mouse might live 2 years, some bats can live over 40 years, and scientists are still trying to figure out how they manage that. Their immune systems are fascinating too. Bats can carry viruses like Ebola, SARS, and coronaviruses without getting sick themselves, which has researchers digging deep into their genetics for clues on how we can fight diseases. There's even ongoing research into how their DNA repair mechanisms might help us understand aging and cancer resistance in humans. Think about it. These little guys might hold the secrets to curing diseases and extending life. Unreal, right? But let's not forget the fun and quirky stuff that makes bats, well, bats. Some species like the Mexican free-tailed bat can fly at speeds up to 100 miles per hour, making them one of the fastest flying animals in the world. Others, like the hammer-headed bat, have crazy-looking faces that look like a mix between a dog, a moose, and a speaker system. Seriously, look it up. And if you've ever seen a bat colony take off at sunset, especially in places like Bracken Cave in Texas, where over 20 million bats emerge at once, it's like watching a living, swirling cloud of wings. Pure magic. And did you know some bats sing? Yep, just like birds. Male bats of certain species will sing complex songs to attract mates, basically turning the bat cave into a concert hall. Now, let's address the elephant, or bat, in the room. The myths. Bats are not blind. In fact, many have excellent vision, especially the larger fruit bats that rely on sight rather than echolocation. And no, they're not flying mice. They're actually more closely related to primates than to rodents. Also, bats won't get tangled in your hair unless your hair is made of delicious bugs. And while they've been unfairly cast as villains in horror movies, they're actually shy, intelligent, and highly social creatures. They groom each other, form strong family bonds, and even babysit for other bats. Some species even remember favors. Yes, bats can be generous and loyal. But despite all this awesomeness, bats are under threat. Habitat loss, climate change, pesticide use, and diseases like white nose syndrome have wiped out millions of bats in recent years, and that's a serious problem, not just for bats, but for us. We need them to pollinate, control insects, and keep ecosystems in balance. So, spreading awareness, supporting bat conservation programs, and even setting up bat houses in your backyard can make a huge difference. So, next time you see a bat flutter across the twilight sky, don't scream. Smile. You're looking at one of nature's most incredible, mysterious, and helpful creatures. They're acrobatic aviators, biological marvels, nighttime guardians, and scientific gold mines, all rolled into one furry little package. And if you weren't a bat fan before, I hope you are now, because they are absolutely worth our awe, admiration, and protection. If you loved this deep dive into the world of bats, drop a like, share this video with a friend who thinks bats are just Halloween props, and hit that subscribe button for more science-backed, passion-fueled content. You guys are the best. See you in the next video!